Okay, so I do strongly believe putting it out there in the universe and it comes to you. But you also work towards your goals. Write down your goals, manifest it. Law of attraction is real. The energy you put out, you get back. So you must always have good energy. I always say the butterfly energy, butterfly effect is the best. Butterfly. Don't you agree?
I agree, because I think of butterflies as being free and able to kind of like beautifully float around the world and do what they please. And
Yes.
there's flowers probably.
There is. We have flowers on the wall too. No, but manifestation is real. Butterfly energy. And for anyone that wants to know what the butterfly energy is, it's about, appreciating life, enjoying life, going for what you want, manifest it. The universe serves it. You ask and it shall be given. I strongly believe, like, you write down what you want, you journal. Yoga and meditation does a big part of my life, and I strongly encourage everyone to do it because it changes you for the better. And working
When
on your
did you
breathing.
want to start doing yoga and meditation? Like, what was kind of the beginning of your journey with yoga and meditation like?
Okay, so yoga and meditation, I had a bump in the road. I went through a life situation that really hurt me, and I had to heal from it. And when you go through something and you have to heal from it, it's a whole nother experience. And you could go through just different emotions and how you feel, and I had to forgive myself. I really had to forgive myself, where I was like, it was fucking with me. It was fucking with me bad, and I was like, you know what? I need to forgive myself. I need to let this go, and I need to let it leave my brain. And yoga and meditation with meditation music. Meditation music is a very powerful aspect in someone's life, and building that up and just working on your breathing, meditation, yoga is so powerful, where 3 months later into yoga, like consistently, I forgave myself and I never thought about it again. So
You get that quiet time during yoga, huh?
Yeah.
To really shut off your mind and just be present.
But you also connect with the universe, and I think it's a very spiritual moment where it's like, it's really good for your mind and body and soul. And I feel really strongly, like, if you ever go through a life situation, or you just have a moment where you're like, fuck, I fucked up in life, and you have to forgive yourself. Yoga and meditation is the answer, because
Gives you that clarity.
yeah, and then you heal from it. Healing is very important. You must forgive yourself and heal, and that's what really got me into yoga and meditation, is that. And I healed from it, and next thing you know, I'm doing yoga in the air. I could do a handstand in the splits. I could do a 360 split, a split on the wall, splits on the floor. I could do, if a guy wanted me to do a split on him, I could do a split on him.
You could do splits anywhere.
I could do it anywhere.
Upside down, right side up. We got all the splits up in here with the yoga.
We got
Get
it.
yourself a yoga girl.
Yes, we got the booty too. We got the ass
And the balance.
and the tits. And the tits.
I mean, why only have one, right? Like, just like, you want both. You want the booty and the tits.
And we not only do we have the beauty, we have the personality and energy. The butterfly energy is real.
I've got to say too, a lot of people on the internet have mean things to say about healing from trauma and things like that, but the reality is everybody in their life goes through some form of trauma. That's not unique. What is unique is how people deal with it and how people grow and heal through that, and not everyone does. So I am really grateful to be around someone who has gone through that healing and kind of like took life by the horns, because you're stronger than people that don't. You are stronger than people that don't heal, or people that don't go through stuff.
Life does, you will have bump on the road, but you heal from it and you come back even stronger. And that's part of life. It's normal to experience,
bumps in the road.
Yeah, you experience trauma, you experience like just
I went
being
through a
hurt.
horrible breakup.
Yeah.
And I had to do, and it really affected me kind of like on a personal level, spiritually, emotionally, and also financially, because for women leaving situations like that, you have to become independent. And for me, I just came back like so strong. It was like, I didn't even know at the beginning of what I was going through how great life would become for me. But there is that trusting in the universe, that the universe does have your back, and believing that you deserve good things.
Yeah, the universe.
And that law of attraction of like, yes, I deserve good things. I'm not going to spend my time with things that don't serve me.
Yeah.
And then you attract good things.
You must also, let it go. Let like bad friendships, people that envy you, you must let that go. Like, do not hold any grudges. That is the biggest mess that you could hold, is something that happened in the past towards someone. You just let it go. The bad energy, you let go out of your life. The bad friendships, you let go. The envy, you let go. You're friends with someone and you realize like, oh, she's not even my friend. Like, what the fuck was I doing, wasting all this time and energy into someone that really envied me? That's when
That's
you're
hard.
Yeah. And you heal from that too, but you heal from everything,
The wounds from women, man, those are deep wounds. But you know what though? You do like, so not everyone comes along for every phase of the journey with you, and growth is uncomfortable, and sometimes you grow out of people, and sometimes they don't like that. And it's good. You just have to keep going. You have to keep growing.
It's always, sometimes you're better than someone, and it's okay. It's okay to be better than someone, but you know what? You motivate them to be better too. It's not like, oh, I'm better than you. No, it's that I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, like, you have this energy that is not matching my energy. So you need to grow from that. You need to have the best energy.
Don't crumble for anybody.
Energy is very important in someone's life, and you must always just have the best energy.
Queens don't crumble for anybody.
Okay, so talking about the manifestation. Manifestation in someone's life is a must. If you don't manifest, you need to start now. Like, I'm here to motivate people. Manifest your life. Like, I manifested my whole life. Like, I am a small hometown girl. I lived in Lodi, California, born and raised, NorCal. And I left my small hometown. Ever since I was little, I always told my family and me that, I'm going to live in a big city in LA. Next thing you know, I moved to Los Angeles. I get my own apartment. And before that, I got my Mercedes, got surgery, got my apartment in LA. Like, check, checking off the boxes. Like, okay, what's next? I manifested that into my life, and I'm just going to keep manifesting. You keep growing, and you enjoy the process until you reach your finish line. But, enjoying the process to get where you want to go is the most important. You must enjoy the ride. And I strongly believe, like, I manifested my whole life. Like, from getting my apartment in LA, to my Mercedes, to my surgery, to everything I have, my wardrobe, like all of that, I travel and I manifested all of that. I just came back from Dubai, and I manifested that trip. Like, I went, and next thing you know, I'm in Dubai a month later. I was like, oh, I'm going to go to Dubai. I'm going to go to AW #1 World's Networking Conference. I have a company ticket, and I went, and Money Doll was sponsored. I go, and I was like, I'm going to go to Dubai, and I'm going to make Dubai connections. And that's exactly what I did. And, I manifested that. And I manifested, like, my flight and staying at the nicest hotel, Five Palm. Oh, let me say that again. I booked a trip.
That's wild.
Yeah,
by the way, you guys.
I booked a trip to Dubai, not knowing one single soul. And I went, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to Dubai. I'm going to go make Dubai connections, and I'm going to come back, and it's going to be amazing, and I'm going to have Dubai connections. Next thing you know, I go to Dubai all by myself for 12 days. Fly from LA. Do you know how long that flight is? I'm not even joking. It takes a whole day to get there. Wow. Like, it's insane. It's insane. So I go there.
But is it beautiful, like, the second you land?
You know what? Dubai, I'm not shitting you. I would buy a second home out there.
That's what everyone says.
No, it's the most luxurious.
I've heard that they show love to the Habibis in Dubai also. So
it's
like that.
It's the most luxurious place I've ever been. Like the lifestyle, it's the most luxury lifestyle I've ever experienced. Like I came back to LA and I'm like, what is this piece of shit?
Place?
Like it's like Dubai has like it doesn't compare. Like you go and like it's like royalty. I felt like Jasmine and the royal crown and like they just treat you like royalty, like you're a princess, and you know you're their guest, and they show it. There's good respect there. It's loyalty there, royalty, and it reminds me of like like the Aladdin with like people have tigers and cheetahs as pets, and there's gold. Like it's like that vibe. And everyone is rich. I'm talking like it's just a rich country. It's the richest country in the world. And that's honestly one reason why I went there, is because you know what? I'm going to go make Dubai connections, and they're all going to be wealthy, and I'm going to build them in my sphere of influence. And that's one thing that I did. And I came back and I have Dubai connections now. Not only Dubai connections, I met people from all over the world, people go there from all over the world to go to Dubai. I met people from Netherlands, from England, from London, from Switzerland, from Sweden. I met people from all over the world, Miami. I was like, wow, like everyone goes there to Dubai, and it was insane. It was a really cool experience, and I would go back in a heartbeat. I would honestly buy a property out there as a second home and go back between different countries. But I honestly recommend anyone, like, you want to go on a trip, you dream of vacation that you want to go to, like, go ahead and do it, because you know what's stopping you. Yeah, so what are things that you have manifested into your life?
So manifestation is huge for me, because I too have mentors in my life who describe me as a phoenix, because I've routinely built myself into something meaningful, and then gone through different phases where it was time to move on. Yeah. And so you rise from the ashes like a phoenix in a way. But so definitely manifested the Instagram fame and all of that stuff. That was kind of like, I had always wanted it, and I was kind of like weirdly just like, I knew it was something I wanted to do, and back when I started doing it, not everybody understood, so because it wasn't as cool, you know what I mean, like a couple years ago.
Yeah, that's on my manifestation too, is manifesting the fans, manifesting the followers, and manifesting the social media life. That's one thing that
just keep putting out stuff that's true to you, and you'll attract people that want to see it, you know what I mean. Like, if you just stay true to you, you'll attract super wild fan base that like is on your program, you know what I mean. And so, you just do that by being real. Mm-hmm. But so I manifested that, and then it's so crazy. It's like you do things for a while, and then you want different stuff. And so I started, you know, when you are running a big business, like a big social media empire, it's like you have to be in your fighting energy, like masculine energy, right? And for me, something that was so important for me, kind of like, I made this decision 2 years ago. I was like, you know what? I'm not happy, even though I have everything that I want. And I need to think something that's on my like wish list basically is how to be happy. And I realized that I needed to be in that feminine energy. Mm-hmm. I leveled up super hard with the guys that I was dating, got out of a terrible relationship. I'm dating in a very respectable way, by the way, like a lot of just like dinner dates, right? But like I'm dating very high value men. It's putting me back in my feminine energy, because like I don't need to be out there like this guy like patrolling the streets trying to make a living. You know what I mean? Like it's like, and then I started getting, so sorry, I should say what I wanted. So should say with the part of this transition, I realized that I missed having a full-time job, and I missed having a boss that was in charge of making sure that the lights don't turn off. And I realized that I was God for everybody that worked under me, and I was tired. And I still wanted to do my art. I still wanted to do my social media. It's just, I realized it wasn't good anymore, because it was like I was a slave to it. Yeah. And so I started putting it out there, basically like, hey, I want a job. Hey, I do other things besides be hot. Let me show you what else I do. You know what I mean? Like, and yes, I am hot also, but like I do other things. So the job, like a job that I like really wanted, like the director of business development and marketing for an AI company. So I get to be on the next wave of the internet because I've basically been on every tech wave that there is, and so I'm super excited to be on the Web3 wave with AI. But it's like I manifested that. So, I decided I wanted to do that, and here we are. So manifestation's so real, and it's like people will believe in you if you believe in yourself.
I also manifested my company. All these other toy lines, you know, they don't have the face. Like, there's no face. Like Adam and Eve's, like you know, $1 billion company. Like, there's no face. Like, where's the face? You don't know who you're buying from. It's like, you know, you're buying just from another successful sex toy company, adult toy company. And it's like, you know, the world needs the face of sex. And that's where Money Doll comes in. Money Doll is the face of sex, like a sex icon.
Well, I think that what's important for people to know about Money Doll is she lives and breathes her brand. Like when you go to Adam and Eve, or you go to kind of like a generic sex store place, right? It all kind of looks the same. It looks like Alienware, right? And it's like you really don't know like who's giving it to you. You don't really know if they're sexy, right? Like I don't really want to buy sex toys from an ugly ass person. So it's like no.
Another topic is happiness. So happiness, I believe happiness is very important in someone's life, and you must wake up happy every day. And you know, if you might go through things and realize like, oh, I'm not happy, but you know, you forgive yourself, or you forgive that person or whatever, and you become happy. And I think yoga meditation does a big part in happiness, but also like being happy on your own being. And happiness does not rely on another person being in your life. You must have that naturally and be happy on your own, because happiness is very important. And I think being in control of your moods and emotions is very important. You must always be in control of your emotions, and always be strong enough to be happy. And you just always have the good energy. Good energy is the best energy, and you must always just build on your happiness. And I think happiness will just always have the best mode, like, you know, right?
Yeah,
happiness.
Definitely happiness is a daily practice, right?
Yeah.
It's not something that will, I think the mistake that a lot of people make with happiness is thinking that it's something that will happen to them. Mm-hmm. Happiness is not something that happens to you. Happiness is something that you have to practice, and it's like a muscle, and it gets weak when you don't practice it. Mm-hmm. And being depressed or being whatever, it's like a lot of the symptoms of depression are like people are not motivated. They don't want to go do anything. And it's this cycle of like, yes, you're depressed because you're not doing anything and your life sucks. And so you're sad about that, and you keep doing it, and then life continues to suck. And if you want to be happy, I think everyone reaches a point where you do hit that wall, right? Like you were saying earlier, and you hit that wall and you're like, you know what? I can actually be happy. And I have to make my life something to be happy about, because no one else can do that for me. It's not that people don't want to, they just can't do that for you. You have to do that for yourself. And they also can't give you the life that you've manifested, right? Like it's like a life beyond your wildest dreams, and it's because you're fighting for that life. So I think happiness is critical, and it's like everyone deserves to be happy, and happiness doesn't have to be the same for everybody. A lot of people have different versions of things that makes them happy.
Happiness on your own term. It's the way of life, and you accept it, and you build on it, and you just wake up happy every day. You appreciate life. You pray. Like, I love God, I love Jesus, I love my family, and I love my friends, and I appreciate everyone and everything that comes into my life. And I have that energy, and it's like, you know, you give the energy you want to receive, and I'm giving off the best energy because I believe I will receive the best energy. I believe what I put out there, I'm going to get back. You know, the universe is listening. You know, say what you want, because the universe will give. And happiness is very important. You must always be happy no matter what you go through. You know, you learn from it, you build from it, and you grow from it, and you are a happy soul. I am a happy soul, and I am here to motivate people to be happy, to manifest. And you know, this is a motivational motivational show, and I want to motivate people, to go after their dreams, go after whatever you want, because it's doable. It's doable, and you don't stop till you get it. You don't stop till you get it, because you want it. It's in your mindset. You put it in your subconscious mind. You think you already have it. You think you already have it, you're gonna get it. No matter what, you're gonna get it, because you're so motivated. You're like, ooh, I'm going after it. I'm going after it, and I'm not gonna stop till I get it. And that is the way you're supposed to look at life.
I think it's also big too, because sometimes not every day is the same to me. I have good days and bad days, and I think it's important to remember, on the note of trying to be happy every day, you're allowed to reset your day whenever you want, right? Like, sometimes I'll be going throughout the day, I wake up, I have good intentions, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be happy today, I'm gonna conquer the world, and then something happens, I get cut off on the freeway, or the lady in the line was mean to me, or whatever, and my day is not going according to plan.
You don't let that get to you.
You don't let it get to you. You take a breather. You take a breather, and you walk. And sometimes I take a nap. Sometimes I'm like, I'm gonna take a 15-minute nap.
Fuck life.
I'm gonna recode the day, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, and then I come back and I'm stronger, right? I'm not going into situations with a negative mindset. I'm not in my survival angry energy, and it gives you more control. So I think it's good to know your life is a story that's constantly unfolding, and you can be the winner. You can be like the victor in your whole life. You know what I mean? You just have to be in control. You have to address things when they happen, and you have to give yourself that peace when you need it.
You must have positive energy. You must always look at life in a positive aspect, and that's how you grow, and that's how you control your emotions, by being positive. Looking at life a positive way. There's no other way but to be happy. Happiness, positivity is so important in someone's life, and I'm all about positive energy. Positive energy, what energy do you want besides positive energy? You always want to be around people that are positive, and if you realize there's some people in my circle that are actually, I'm around them and it's always chaotic, or it's always some drama, or it's always
I don't get anything back from them, right? That's a big thing too. You want to make sure that your friendships are putting in the effort with you.
Or they're using you. You have to, be smart enough to realize that, and you have to put an end to it. There's no other way to, be happy and to grow if you are having these holdbacks. And I strongly encourage you, cut off the people that aren't doing anything for you or aren't making you happy. Life is crazy,
but you've risen above it.
You do. Yeah, you do. You learn from your lessons. You learn from the lessons. You learn from the mistakes. You learn from the relationships. You learn from anything that came your way for a reason. But you learn from it and you grow from it. And life has bumps in the roads, and there's nothing you could do about it. You could curve it and go around it, but it's always on the path. So just remember that, life, there's a path. You enjoy the process, you enjoy the journey until you get to your destination. But, enjoy the process, and it's progress. And I'm all for that. And, life is a trip, and I'm just enjoying the ride. And you know what? I'm taking flights on the way, because, traveling is, that's another happiness. Go on a trip and, go, escape. Call it an escape trip, dip out and go do what you want. And it's like, I already do what I want. I wake up and I'm entrepreneur, and that's what I like about being an entrepreneur is, you work on your own terms, you work on your own, and, you build a fear of influence. And that's one reason why I went to Dubai, is to go build a fear of influence in Dubai. I love doing things on my own too, but taking that step and just going for it, it's this is what I want, and I'm going for it, and I'm not going to stop till I get it. And because you have that good energy, and people want you in their life, so you always want to attract what you want. And law of attraction is real, and I you attract the wealth, you attract the lifestyle. It's coming, and it's not going away, because it's there, it's already there, and you put in your subconscious mind, like I said, and there's no choice but to achieve it. and you write down your goals. Write down your goals is very important. I strongly encourage, like, you know, start writing down your goals and working towards it. It will come.
I would also say write down your standards too. I think that like everyone gets to a phase where it's like you've had a bad boyfriend, you've had a bad girl, you've had a bad friend, and you're just like, I don't like people like this. But what the part that they don't do is they don't say, well, what do I want? Right? You can't, like, you'll live your whole life seeing things you don't want, right? Like every day you'll find out a new thing that you don't want, but you won't be on a path, and you will fall victim to what other people want if you don't make your own path. And so a big thing about that is being like, hey, I have certain standards for friends. I have certain standards for guys that want to date me. I have certain standards for boyfriends. I have certain standards for business. And if you and I don't have the same standards, that's okay, but I will not spend my precious energy with you.
I love that because,
Yeah.
you know, energy is important. You know, you spend that energy and time with someone, and then boom, it's like, what the fuck? Like, it was really just a bad friendship, or, you know, bad, like, I just wasted my whole 2 years of knowing you, like, hanging out with you, you know, every time, but, like, you know, but it really was like, it was really like a friend of me. You really, like, I'm like, what? Like, it's like,
It's hard when you're a pretty girl who's talented. You have to be very careful and find girls who support that. And then even, like, for example, I have like a long-term friendship who we came up in our careers together. This girl and I are basically sisters, and we probably always will be, but we have had fights that we have had to go through at different points because we do the same job, right?
Yeah.
It's like, it makes things complicated, right?
Yeah.
And so we've had to really go out of our way to work on our friendship to make sure to keep it okay. And so I know how much work it takes, right? Like, to be like, wow, like, you and I both have to manage 2 queens in the room, right? Like that.
Yeah.
But it's also like, if you can, you know what I mean? As a woman, there is nothing more strong and beautiful than being able to praise and bask in the glory and beauty of other women, right? Like, it's so feminine energy, right? To be able to be like a queen amongst queens.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that that's goals for me for the rest of my life, is to be a queen amongst queens.
I love that.
And meet other queens. Yeah, amen, queen.
Oh, queens.
Queens for life.
My turn.
Yes. Yeah, you are the queen of the day because you are the one who set all of this up. Let me just gush for a second. So you guys need a reason to know why her toys are cool. She is like attention to detail, not a stone left unturned. She will put together the most beautiful situation, has the vibe, knows what look she wants. This girl is manifestation goals.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm here to motivate people in manifestation, law of attraction, and you know what? I attracted her. I was the one to reach out to her, and I was like, you know what? I want Holly Treats on my show, and guess what? Holly
And her
Treats
vibe
is
was
on my show.
good. For those of you wondering, right? Because it's like, I'm sure people follow you who are like, how do I do that, right? Like, it's so much a vibe. Like, when you're talking to people who are busy in whatever capacity they're busy in, it's like they're judging that first line that you send them, right? They're judging it hard. They're like, are you trying to use me? Are you trying to hurt me? Are you gonna make me go on this horrible podcast where you bully me for 7 hours, which has happened before, without telling me, right?
Wow.
You know what I mean? So you're trying to ask all these questions to try to figure out the vibe. And so it's like when you're talking to someone who knows what the show, you know what the show is, you know what show you want to do, you know the look, you know your brand, and then that's infectious energy that I'm like, yeah, I want to be a part of that too. I like what you're talking about.
Energy.
Yeah.
Energy, baby.
So I said yes, right? So that's how you do it. That's how you do it, is by having the good energy.
Yes. Good energy.
Lots of people slide into my DMs to do this kind of thing, and I say no.
Well, I'm glad you said yeah to mine.
I am too. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
I definitely, oh my gosh, I can't hope I get to travel with you. You sound fun. You sound like the vacation queen.
Woo, high five.
High five. Ooh. Might get crazy on this show.
This is the Money Doll Talk Show with Holly Treats, and we had an amazing show, and I will see you guys in my next episodes.
Make sure to